It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway here in Los Angeles. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Chargers coming out to take over, and it is Justin Herbert at quarterback CD, now in his 5th NFL campaign.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn this status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap, and the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Herbert to throw right away.
And his first pass is incomplete.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now it's Herbert. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Strong start by this defense. 3rd and short, they go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
So now here are the Broncos to take over on offense, led out by their rookie quarterback, drafted 12th overall, Bo Nix out of Oregon.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They'll run here with a rookie, and that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
It was Joey Bosa working his way in to bust that one up.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Throwing Nix. Dancing to his left. And the pressure gets to him again. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting him there to get him to the ground. Now make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Here's Riley Dixon now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Herbert. That's the rookie from Georgia, Ladd McConkey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3 and out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
Did he get the feed down? Yes! Touchdown! Ladd McConkey. 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Chargers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker.
And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's Nix.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. To throw is Nix. Able to get away. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. Herbert now. It's wheeled in downfield by Johnston. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Here's Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Setting up the screen here to Edwards. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and a yard. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
They got a completion there, but that's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, very, hey, take 1 or 2 yards, we're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on the passing play.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
To the right side and intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. To throw, here's Nix. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Adam Troutman, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. They'll go play action with Nix. Sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlinesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, for incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Nix to the air. And that's going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Riley Dixon now to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Oh, nice move. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. And incompletion as a result.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Escaping the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Nick Bonito drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Denver's offense ready to go again. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Now it's Nix. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Back to throw. Nix. And it's incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. They'll look to throw now on first down. Buying time to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
2nd and 5. The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Working out of the gun is Nix. To the right side, he's got Bailey. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Back to throw now on first down. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Nix to throw again. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, And it's a loss of 6. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 18. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A good pickup there, a 22.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Back to throw here, Herbert.
They'll get this over the middle here to Palmer.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, they go to Edwards. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
Now it's Herbert. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Herbert finds Johnston. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
from the 35. Here's 2nd down and 2. A give for Edwards running right. And a short gain down to about the 33. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Herbert now. He'll get this to Edwards out of the backfield. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Now a 2nd and 2. Herbert off of play action. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. To the air again, Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing. And that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3. Just get the ball right to the receiver.
Is the hitch route. And tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
Play action. It's Herbert. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
Out of the gun, Herbert. A swing pass here to Edwards. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's 4th down. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, They just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Denver's offense now set to go. Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Nix. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
For the left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
They'll go back to Edwards on 1st down. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Now 2nd and 9. Here's Herbert. That's taken in by Palmer. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Here's Herbert. Setting up the screen here to Edwards. Down inside the 10. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Will Dissly from 4 yards out. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Dicker now to tack on the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Throwing Nix. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Two yards to go, second down. Nix to the air. Screen play set up for Williams. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw, here's Nix. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Back to the air with Nix. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. To throw is Nix. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. The Charger drive about to get going. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A very one-sided first half, 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Nix. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
The pickup there, 5 yards. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams.
And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Off the play fake, here's Nix.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams stays on his feet. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
On third and short, they'll try option left.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
50 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
4 yards to go on second down from the 7.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Again, it's Williams. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a first and goal.
So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Williams is into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown.
And that's a step in the right direction. This had the feeling of one of those turning point kind of drives. If you come up empty there, it could be a long road back. But they persevered and hung around, and they closed the gap here in the third quarter with their first touchdown of the game.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's 17-7. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. A solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Chargers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Charger drive about to get going. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run once more with Edwards. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. .47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field.
So a 6-carry drive the last go-around, touchdown on the end of it. We'll see if they can duplicate that here.
I think that they would like to. I know every runner that we've ever met would love to carry the ball more and more and more. In fact, we keep a ball in the booth just for demonstration purposes.
You're holding it right now.
I'm going to give it to you. Is it heavy? Is it that heavy?
No, it's pretty light.
It's pretty light, right? So keep giving it to him and let him do his work. It's not going to slow him down.
If it's light for me, it's definitely light for him. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But these guys going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll be taken down right around the 27.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Nix. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. Davis now to return it. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
The Charger drive about to get going. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
Back to throw here, Herbert. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
More from L.A. in a moment.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Short throw to Disley. And he's taken down inside the 30. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
Josh Palmer,
29 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
extra point try now from Dicker.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Josh Palmer. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. That's about as exciting of a 1-yard run as you're going to see. Finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler. But again, just 1 yard out of it.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Williams going to get it again on second down.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down, they hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are out in the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Broncos first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Up the middle, it's Williams.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, They also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Nix. Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Khalil Mack picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Nix. Throw left side complete to Troutman. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he's got this down to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their 1st-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Nix. He'll get that complete to Vele. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They'll send one of those 2 tight ends in motion. Williams will take it in. Touchdown, Denver. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And able to get this out to the 25.
So out come the Chargers.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
With Nick Bonito not letting him escape there, he was in instant pursuit off the snap and dropped him behind the line.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
To the sideline and incomplete. And Riley Moss able to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
The Broncos offense and Javonte Williams head out for this next drive. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
2nd and 9 now.
He completes this to Sutton. So 8 yards on the completion there, and 3rd and 1 now.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
That is caught, and he will have a Broncos 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Operating from the gun.
Nix quickly into the hands of Mims.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 30. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix.
Fighting to stay upright. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. Oh, no, he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers.
We just saw the dilemma for every coach. You want them to fight for the extra yardage, but somehow continue to cover the football. Oftentimes when you fight that hard, the ball becomes exposed.
Defensively, it's obvious they're trying to be more aggressive. First tackle a little too aggressive. Second one, though, they strip it loose. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the fourth quarter. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Short throw to Disley, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now it's Herbert. Short throw to Disley. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And Edwards trying to push forward, but unsuccessful. They stop him short of the marker. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Oh, what a great job defensively to stack things up. They were committed to stopping the run. They knew it was coming. And now it looks like they should get the football back as they force an important 3 and out.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Defensively, Poona Ford with a tackle there.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 5. Here's Nix. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
Working out of the gun is Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. He's to the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. 71 yards. And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Lutz good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Things sure were looking good for them at the half. Heck, off the air, you and I were just saying they might run away with this thing and cruise to a victory. Not anymore.
Yeah, the cruise control has to be off at this point. Now you've got to mash the gas yourself. Again, who's going to step up and make a big play for you? Who's going to take care of business now that you're being pressed? It is definitely go time for them at this moment.
All of a sudden clinging to a slim lead and hoping to hold on to that lead. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Short throw to Disley. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Here's Herbert. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Just because you got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Here's Herbert. And now another one thrown incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. That is caught by Vele. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position could get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Throwing Nix. And he comes back with one complete. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. They'll roll him out, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
This one, an absolute must. It's 4th and 4. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. Able to find Mims. He's got the first down and more than that. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here comes second down. They'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
The kick by Lutz is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another fourth down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. All three timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. To the right side, this is Edwards. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Here's 2nd down. Again, it's Edwards. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Well, this defense needing a stop here. Got to have it. 3rd and 9. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And this one is right down the middle. And this home crowd is in a frenzy as their guys have pulled it out of the end.
A couple more minutes and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different. But ultimately time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short. And they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.